AvePoint Governance Automation allows organizations to provide to their business users a custom catalog of service requests based around platforms such as SharePoint. Once governance automation has been deployed, business users can access the service catalog in a number of different ways. First, if they go into SharePoint, into a site where governance automation is available, you'll be able to see it over on the left-hand side, either under Recent or as its own standalone item. Clicking that link will take you directly into the Governance Automation app. It is also possible that the organization has placed a custom tile up on the app launcher. And you can also get to it by going up to the gear at the top into Site Contents, and in there, among all the other options, locate and click on Governance Automation. The last option is, on the home page of any site, a site information card can be placed, which will display for you, on this last tab, the different service requests that are available. You can also see other information across these tabs, such as custom metadata and who owns the site. In order to illustrate here all the various options that you have within the Governance Automation app, I'm going to go directly into that over on the left-hand side by clicking Governance Automation. Before I do, please note, clicking on the name of a service request in the site information card will take you directly to the form for that request. Once the Governance Automation app loads up, you can see you have a series of tiles, and those tiles are mimicked by these options over here on the left-hand side. The one we're looking for here is Start a Request. So I'm just going to hover over that and then click it. Once the Start a Request page loads up, you can scroll down and take a look at the various requests that are available. Please note, this system provides a ton of different types of requests, and what you have available to you will be determined by many different factors. First, the organization can dictate exactly how many different types of services they put out. They can also control which services are available to which users. So for instance, folks in the marketing team might see different requests than folks in the sales team. So just as a minor disclaimer, please note that the service requests you're seeing in this how-to video are certainly not the only ones that you may see when you open up the Governance Automation app. So now that I am logged in, and I am on the Start a Request page, I can hover over the various requests that are available here to read some brief descriptions. Once you find the one that you want, you simply click on it to open up that service requests form. Once your form is open, you simply work your way down the form, answering all required questions. The first thing it wants to know is a request summary. The idea here is that with a service catalog, any request can also have an approver assigned. So what you put in here is information that will be passed to that particular user to give them an idea of what it is you're requesting and why you're requesting it. Once you've filled in those initial fields, scroll down. The fields that you're going to see next are determined by the type of service it is that you're requesting, and also by decisions that were made by your administrators when setting up the request itself. As an example, since I'm requesting a new SharePoint site, I'm getting asked about things related to SharePoint sites. But if I was requesting, say, a permissions change for another user, those would be the types of fields that I would see. Some of these fields can be blocked by your administrator if they don't feel you need to make any decisions on them, such as policy, for instance, which is the way that Governance Automation is going to manage that brand new site once it's actually gotten created. We have some samples in here called Gold and Silver. Your organization may only have one policy, and if that's the case, you may not even have to select it. If there are multiple policies in there, then you will have a choice with some type of description that helps you make the best decision. So similar to as I said earlier when I was describing the different types of services that are available to you in the service catalog, please note that, again, what you're seeing in this how-to and all of these specific fields, some of them will display for you when you're filling out this form, some of them may not, and the choices from these drop-downs will certainly be different than what you're seeing on your screen. Once we get down a little bit further, we're asked for things like primary site collection contact, and it's filling my name in automatically. Again, that is part of the configuration. And it's filling in a secondary site collection contact as well. Again, that's part of the configuration. Will it always be that way? Not necessarily. This could be the name of someone else within the organization who oversees those types of sites, and you, as this particular user, don't directly report to. Again, it's very customizable. Publish to directory means this site will show up in the Governance Automation public site directory, meaning it's visible to other users of Governance Automation. If I don't want that, I can switch that to no. Lastly, I need to put in an address for my site. And if everything looks good, I click on Save and Submit. Once that is submitted, you'll notice that it takes us over to My Requests instead of Start a Request. This is the screen where you can come to view all of your pending requests. Please note that the approval process that gets assigned to all requests could be single user, meaning one person now, one approver, has received an email to come in here, go into their My To-Do list, and say yes or no to this request. It could be multi-user, meaning it has to pass through several people, or there could be no users at all, which is called an automated approval, and your request will simply start to take place behind the scenes. If you need to fill out another request, over on the left we click on Start a Request to take us back to that page. Thank you for watching this short video on how to submit a service request using Governance Automation.